Right, so this is the entrance that you built for us, right? And
Yeah, I'm inspired by the Tripsdrill entrance, if that's how
Tripsdrill,
you say it.
yes. I don't know. Tripsdrill. I don't see that as a German name at all. Like German is something like Heidepark or like not Tripsdrill. It sounds so
Yeah,
weird,
and I,
but
I don't do accents, so
yeah, maybe there are some Germans who can properly teach us that. But yeah, so Tripsdrill or Tripsdrill is our inspiration park, I guess you can call it, right? Kind of like
yeah. Well, the
Mike in
entrance is
Nagali has. What does he have? What's that park called that he has? You know, it's like the French park.
Negloland.
Neagleland, that was it. I was about to say this is awkward.
Yeah,
Cricket sounds. No, no, yeah. So Tripsdrill, and you actually found the park and showed me in.
I came across it. Someone on Bro Nation linked it. I asked for some inspiration parks.
Oh, that's cool. I guess what we're doing here, if I should just explain real quick, is that we're doing a collaboration. Me, Ruby, and Fat Pigeon.
Yeah,
and
or pigeon.
I guess how this started is because I don't know, you helped me in my park, and then you're kind of struggling to get your own park going because you keep starting over, right?
I've been doing the same restart over since the game came out.
Yes. And honestly, as much as I love my own park, I don't want to get burned out on it. So I thought, why not start a park together? And also because I love what you're building, and I feel like I would get inspired from what you're building. I think that's why a lot of people do collab parks.
Yeah, and it means you can't restart.
It means you can't restart. You're kind of forced to
You have to
keep going
build with
ahead.
what you've got.
Yeah, just to quickly outline the rules, if you want to call them that, there's really no rules. We have each the park for a set amount of time, which is not really set. It's actually the opposite of set. We have it until we feel like, okay, now either the other one really wants it back or you're done with what you're building. And there's no
Well, I'm
pressure.
bored with this now.
Yes, exactly. Or you don't feel like you're building, like you want to build anything. You just place the lamppost and say, okay, this is all I did this week. There's really no pressure, and like we just talked about, we're also not going to do this as a proper YouTube series. We're not going to have regular scheduled uploads or anything like that. So yeah, the whole inspiration for this is the Tripsdrill, like we mentioned, and the name kind of came from me constantly telling you that it needs to be small, like small. And then you just went, we should call it Smol Park. And I was like, yes, we should.
Yeah, the name just fits.
Yeah. We built this entrance. And what I really like about this is this art, which is pretty much, it's not direct copy, but it's very heavily inspired by Tripsdrill.
Yeah, the arch is much higher on
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, it is. I feel like
It's it's
it
a
could
it's
be
a little bit wider.
slimmer. It's a little bit wider. I kept telling you to go slimmer and taller to give the illusion of it being really slim, but I'm okay where this is at.
I just
And
felt like because this would be a sort of newer part of the park.
yeah, definitely.
They would have made it a bit wider.
Yeah. We do need to, we discussed we're going to use Fox font here, so you need to
Yeah,
change
and I
this
need
when
to
you get
change
it.
that
Yeah.
arch so that it
And
shows
then you
properly.
did this amazing exit that I absolutely love. You're gonna have to do some more work here, I think, because I did some changes around here, and yeah, you'll see that in a sec. We also discussed we want to build organically, like expanding outwards. It's not like we're gonna start a new area before finishing up. We're gonna get there eventually, right?
Yeah, nothing's planned.
Okay, well, let's get into the fun part. I mean, this was fun, but we've both seen this a few times now, so let's get into what I've done this week. Okay, so right off the bat, you will see that I deleted that stuff up there. The
Yeah,
logo you
that was
had,
just
yeah,
placeholder.
yeah. Oh, I
I was
hate
actually
this.
joking about the name of the park.
Yeah, but I loved it. Okay, so what? First off, I placed 3 items here, and I want one of these to be here, and I think we can use the other one somewhere else in the park. They go really well with the park, I think. So this is all I did. This park map is obviously just a placeholder, and I just built this park map today. I think we can probably do something more fancy, but I do think the location of that is really great. I had originally had placed it here, but I feel like that would block off traffic down there, like people stopping here looking at maps. So it's better there, right?
Yeah, that's good there. Yeah.
And then we have a cute little sign thingy here. Wildcats. We got small stuffs. And then if we turn to the right here, we got the little exit. This doesn't necessarily have to stay here. I just wanted to show you kind of like
Well, I was thinking of moving the toilets building to the other side,
Yeah,
so
you can do that. Then we could have some nice garden here. What I do like though is that when you get in, you almost don't see this over here, and I do like this narrow field. So I'm not sure we should do that, but I'll leave it up to you because I kind of do like how it gives like the idea, like in Tripsdrill, how narrow it is. You know?
maybe I can use one of them columns on the corner at the other side.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, so I did this to the exit, and this path is super small, and I'm not sure the guests will actually walk on it without walking in there, but I like it. I like that it's so small. You can fiddle a little bit with this. Obviously, path in Planco is ugh. So good luck if you're gonna fiddle with it. Here comes my cute little gift shop. Oh, I like it so much.
That looks really nice.
It's called Small Stuffs and Balloons. And balloons. Just because the sign was like, it was a bit too big, but I really like this like detail of the metal, like the ironworks, I guess it's called. So that's why
Really
I
like
went
that.
with that sign.
The scale of it as well.
All the windows are like sunken in and the doors as well, and I personally really enjoy that. And then inside we got loony balloons, and that's why it's and balloons. So people are gonna go in here and get balloons. And if we then swing to the left, we see what I spend the most of the time on, and you've seen a lot of this already.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of the cat ride, and that's all I've seen.
Yeah. In our inspiration park, they have a little soup ride. So instead of it being cats, it's actually like soup pots, I would assume it is. So you can be like tomato soup or chicken soup or something like that. Obviously, we don't have that option in Planco. So I went with these cats. What do you think about the lampposts?
I really like the flowers on top.
Right? I think that was such a cute detail. I think they're super unique, super small, super cute.
They fit in well.
Yeah. Right. So this is very, very narrow, and I feel like there's a lot of trees here.
It feels like you're exploring because you can't see what's ahead.
And then, oh, we got a boy up here. I was about to say, we got a man here. Aw, he found some pizza trash. That's kind of amazing considering the park isn't even open yet, and he still managed to find trash, right?
Always.
Right, so this is the entrance to the station. I finished all of this, and that's what I'm most proud about. Usually I always leave like small things behind, you know, like, but I actually managed to finish all of it and tidy everything up.
How the station's sunk down.
It's still here though. Oh, sorry, I can't say that. I'm gonna bleep that out. But I did this, and I'm just gonna go with this being an easier... Oh, we're on the roof. This is an... Oh no! Help! Short story. The game decided this is how it should be. I tried to fix it multiple times. It just wants to be crooked, and I gotta be honest with you, I like it. We have discussed using a train ride, but none of us were happy with how big the in-game train is, so we're actually going with the mine train and using that as a small trip around the upper part of the park.
Only thing I don't like is the brakes on the track.
Yeah,
But
we discussed that, both of us, and I don't like it either, but look how it's almost hidden, and all you see is, like, when you're in Tethered Cam at least, you don't notice it that much, you know? And we don't have to use them on all the pieces, we can just do every second track piece.
space them out.
But like we talked about, this train just makes it so much worth it, in my opinion at least. I'd rather have this small train than we can't even do this small cute turn with the large steam trains. Like, it's not possible, you know?
And the other problem is we can't have the multiple stations.
Yeah. I agree with you. This sucks. We tried different things, but we have to use this because otherwise we cannot slow the train down. It's just going to go full on speed, and we don't want it. But look at this. It's so neat, dude. You gotta be honest, right?
Yeah, it does look good, yeah.
It looks really good. One of the things you'll notice is how I really tried to vary everything up with the curbing and make it different.
It does look, I like the variation, yeah.
So we can check out the station a bit more, I guess. We were briefly in here before, but we got Idro's amazing sign up here. I love this. It's TMTK item, obviously. Amazing. It's also TMTK.
You say that's his most popular item as well?
Yeah, that's his most popular item. I think it's one of the most popular items, most likely.
That and the beams.
beams. Yes. Right. So I think that's pretty much what I did. We can check out the ride here a bit more. How do you feel about the lamps? I really tried hard coming up with some lamps, but I gotta admit, when it's nighttime, these look amazing. That's another beep. Sorry, YouTube. Oh, and remember you told me to put a shovel down here? I put a shovel, but I also put someone else here.
I like that. That's good.
Yeah, so we got Mike and Seven doing our gardening work here, because he's a gardener in real life. So yeah, he's now working in Smol Park, or at least we'll have a statue of him. Oh, right, there's something cool here I wanted to show you. So we got the koi fish, which are also a TMTK item, right? And one of the things I've noticed people do with this is they just place them in like they are, but what you actually gotta do is like rotate them a bit, like flip them so they go up and down like this.
Alright, yeah.
Because then from the top you won't always see them swimming around. Just wait a second, they're gonna disappear a bit. Well, that one just swims into the wall.
Through the wall.
Okay, that wasn't supposed to happen, but look, the other one is just gone. It kind of gives the illusion that they will pop up. Like, look at that one just popping up somehow, you know? And
it makes it look a lot more real.
Realistic, yeah. The same goes with these lilies, water lilies, actually. I noticed that water lilies underneath, they have a huge web of like roots basically connecting all of them to each other. So I also added that just for that extra little realism that no one's gonna give a crap about. But I think it's a nice detail, you know? It's a nice touch.
Are they roses on the bottom?
Yeah, there's roses on the bottom. Just to give a bit of texture from above. You barely see them, but sometimes when you're like this, you will just notice some kelp down there. Okay, well, I'm super excited to see what you're gonna do, and I guess from now on we can maybe share screenshots as well on the nation.
Yeah. Show some progress on there.
Exactly, and again, just to what's the English word for it? Reiterate? Is that the word?
Yeah, that's all.
Yay! Look at me, English. Just to reiterate, we're not gonna like post very often. Definitely not. And yeah, so we're just keep that in mind. We're just showing off our park in whatever like timeline we want to do it. Right.
Not going to build fast, so it won't be much to show.
Exactly. It's going to take some time. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.
Yeah.
I like how you just say, yeah.